Hola amigos, Scott and Lindsay here, and we are in Cancun. No, we're not. We're back home. We're in our real estate brokerage in Melbourne, Florida, and we wanted to finish up these reviews on the live Aqua Beach Resort. So today we want to give you just sort of part 3 of this review, and that is we're going to talk about the cleanliness and the grounds and just the service and just sort of our overall impressions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with cleanliness.
I felt like cleanliness overall was spectacular at this resort. So the grounds were very clean. There was not any, trash or litter, even out on the beaches. It was super clean.
Oh yeah.
Our room cleanliness was fantastic. The pool bathrooms, sometimes those can be a bit sketchy. They were very nice. A little bit upscale, I felt, for a pool bathroom, and also very clean.
Yeah, it's like there was people working all the time. So the resort was still at a lower capacity when we were there, probably like 30 or 40% by the end of the week. But there was people working all the time, and not an overabundance. It didn't seem like, sometimes you go somewhere and you're like in the way because they're doing it. But, it seemed like kind of in every section there was one guy or a woman and just kind of cleaning. So, it was awesome. Plus all the sanitary stuff for COVID was totally on point, right?
Definitely.
All the employees were wearing masks and shields and all that kind of stuff. So cleanliness, it was an awesome resort. I can't imagine anybody having an issue with the overall cleanliness condition.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
So the grounds, it was really pretty, right? The thing about this one is we heard this in another video, the actual footprint of the hotel on the land is not that big, right? So you have the hotel, let me see if I'm in, the hotel, and then kind of out to the beach like this. And there's just not that much room, right? In the front is the road, and there's not that much room. So it wasn't like a big place to roam around, right?
But we did, when we were riding the bus and walking the hotel zone, we did notice how closely other hotels were together and how little room they had as far as just directly out of their resort and to the beach, and how narrow that space was. So I felt like Live Aqua had a larger space and grounds than a lot of them we saw.
Yeah, it was a little pie shaped going towards the beach, but there wasn't a bunch to see at the resort itself. So there weren't any gardens or any extra things around. It was kind of just walk out the back door of the hotel, and you walk. There was kind of 3 pathways, each to the edge of the pool and one right to the middle of the pool and the beach. But the grounds were nice. They had those parrots that we saw there. They had pretty flowers. They had tons of iguanas everywhere.
Kind of scary iguanas.
So at the hamburger stand, wait, let me see if I can do this. Hamburguesa?
Yes.
I don't know. We're at lunch every day. They have a guy out by the sort of back behind the pool making hamburgers and hot dogs, and they were actually super good too. And then there's a little sitting area in the shade over there. There's these iguanas. These iguanas are a little aggressive. Look at that big guy. Scary, very scary iguanas. That like as soon as you sit down, they run up to you. And iguanas are usually pretty calm. These guys just seemed like it. They were like a gang, they were like flexing on us and stuff. And didn't that one lady say that one jumped on her or something?
Yeah, but no, it didn't jump on her. It bit her toe because she wasn't feeding it. She said it didn't hurt.
So
they were a little scary.
Yeah, but there were some beautiful ones too. There was a big green one that I got a great picture of.
Blended right in with the grass.
Yep.
It was really cool.
And then as far as the grounds, like towards the beach itself, remember there was that turtle area that they did. Why don't we roll that turtle clip now?
Yes.
So this cage is right next to our resort on the beach, and I guess it's their sea turtle preservation people. We have sea turtles back at home in Florida that lay their eggs, but nobody touches them there. They just put a flag in the sand, and it's actually I think it's against the law to mess with them, but they do something very different here. So they go collect the eggs when the turtles lay them, and then they bring them in this cage and they mark them with the date that they put them in and their expected hatching date. And then if they're born in the daytime, they'll put them in these little cages over here, and then early in the morning the next day or whatever, they'll actually take them down to the beach and let them go on their merry little way. But when we woke up this morning, we saw tons and tons of turtle tracks from last night. You can see, look, here's one where they turtle dug. Look, here's tracks up here. We were gonna come out last night, but I guess we missed them. But I'll get you up here closer so you can see the turtle tracks. Yeah, so here's one right here. Look at this one. You see that? All the way to the water right there. And then look at this one here. All the way to the water. And down the beach, there's like 6 or 7 more tracks. We can see them clearly from our balcony. And then this is the beach. And there's Live Aqua. And there's Lindsay. And that's that. So totally interesting how they did the sea turtles compared to what we do here in Florida. So I hope you enjoyed that little peek there. So now let's talk about the overall service.
So service was really, really good here. So all of the people working there seemed just overly friendly, super welcoming us into their country and into their hotel, and just when we first got there, they said, welcome home.
Yeah.
And then everybody, every time you saw someone, they were always telling you buenos dias, good morning, or buenos noches, or they greeted you every time they saw you, which was really cool. And then constantly asking, you know, are you okay? Can I get you anything? Do you need anything?
I totally agree. And so where we live here in Florida, we're not far from Cape Canaveral, so we've taken a bunch of cruises. And overall on the cruises, the service is pretty good. I would say that this is probably that level, or maybe even slightly above.
I would say even above. Right?
Yeah, slightly above. So they just kind of felt like they went out of their way to acknowledge, and they just all seemed happy.
Yes, they were all so smiley, and even so a lot of the mornings, not every morning, some of the men would go out, and after the tractor had cleared the sand from all of the seaweed, then they would go and fill up a couple bags of seaweed, and then they would go and they would write something in the sand with seaweed that you could see from the balcony. So it was really cool. One day, the day before we left, they had Mojito Day, and so they wrote Mojito Day, and then they actually had an image of a cocktail all made with seaweed, and it's giant to scale. I mean, big enough so you can see it from your balconies. And so we were out there looking at turtle tracks and stuff while they were doing this, and the men were they were laughing and cracking themselves up. They were having such a good time, like doing the seaweed. Another day we were in the pool, and they had the pineapples with the sunglasses on, and they were posing them up for all of their social media, and they were just so happy doing it. It was like they were really having fun and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a fact of everything opening back up after COVID-19, or if maybe that's just a great job for them there.
Right.
I'm not sure, but we certainly benefit from it. It was awesome. Even at dinner one night, earlier in the day, we were talking to the concierge about a day trip, and she asked if we were celebrating anything, and we said it was our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, yes.
And that night at MB at the restaurant, you know, on our dessert, they had written out in chocolate, happy anniversary.
That was really cool.
And on the seaweed, I don't know what you call this, the seaweed art on the beach that Lindsay was just talking about, they wrote happy birthday for someone one day. Like they really just tried to go out of their way, I think, to make you feel good. And I think that overall made the resort way, way nicer.
Fantastic, yeah. And actually, even so, in our previous video, we talked about how I had slipped and taken a fall on the concrete on the pool deck. And then later that day, there was a man who came from management, and they found whatever chair we were sitting at and asked how I was doing and where we were having dinner that night. And so just very, very caring and attentive, I would say.
Oh, and safe too. Remember, so one or both of us, maybe mostly me, got a little tipsy one day at the pool.
Oh! You can't decide what you want to drink? You could just have a beer, it's 10
a.m. And we left our Kindle on the pool chair when we packed up and took everything else there. And they found it and they took it to security and the front desk. And actually the people that were sitting next to us notified us the next day, hey, you guys left your Kindle.
We didn't even know we had left it at that point.
Yeah, but you would think that in some places an employee finds, you know, a Kindle and just swipes it in. So, like, I don't know, that just really gave me a warm fuzzy and made me feel really good.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think you guys can tell we like the service, and I think you all would be happy with the service too. So overall impressions, what did we really think of our week at Live Aqua?
Loved it.
Loved it, okay,
Yes.
good.
Loved it. I was very impressed. I definitely think it would be a place I would highly, highly recommend.
I think so too. I can't really think of anything that was bad, right? So there was only the 3 restaurants open,
Right.
But they were all 3 pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There was plenty of food available. The drinks were great. The pools were incredible. The beach was good. The location was good. I mean, right across from that mall. Had more stuff been open, that would have been
Right.
really cool.
The rooms were just on point. They were really nice rooms.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk enough about the rooms, but they were super modern and really, really cool. Like the bathroom walls were all glass with blinds in them, and you could, like, when you're brushing your teeth from the sink, you can see all the way out to the beach. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, and they had a lot of smart features in the room too, which was really cool. So when you left the room, I think they were motion detected sensors. So when you left the room, the curtains closed and all the lights went out. So every time you would walk in the room, you'd see the blinds open right out to the ocean and all the lights would turn back on. And then they had this little panel of buttons by the bed where you could close the blinds, open the blinds, turn off all the lights, turn on the Zen lights. It was really, really smart features.
Yeah, and overall it felt really chic, you know,
It did.
like modern, like, I don't know, Miami style or something
Right.
like that. It was really, really nice.
It was.
So I think both of our overall impressions were like massive thumbs up. We had a great time. If you could get away at this time, I mean, Live Aqua would be a great place to go. I'm sure some of the other resorts are really nice as well. And I think that might be it.
I think so.
It does feel weird not doing this without cocktails.
I
right?
know! Where's our survey set?
I know. Usually we're making these videos and we're like the one where we're at the beach with the beach behind us and hearing the waves crashing, and now we're back in our office in Florida. So, anyways, we're glad you guys enjoyed these videos. We got a couple more things to put out about Mexico and Live Aqua, and we're trying to get back as soon as we can. And we've got some other travel stuff coming up, and we also do real estate investing stuff on this channel. We're working on a vacation rental condo here in Melbourne, Florida. So lots more stuff. Stay tuned, and
Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank
all right,
you.
see you guys. Adios.
Till next time.
Until next time.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, it's not even 10 a.m. and we are leaving Cancun. It's been an awesome week, and I guess we gotta say goodbye.
First day.
So we're gonna say goodbye the way that Lindsay thinks we should,
Definitely.
and that is with some lime and tequila. Adios, Cancun. How was that? Good. Come here, you can tell everybody how it was.
I really don't like tequila.
Especially at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
All right. Adios.
Adios.